Vahagn. Vahagn was born out of the sun, the Vahagn, the sun wheel that is also used as Armenia's national symbol today. Related to the Hindu Dharma chakra symbol, both represent cyclical solar symbols and refer to eternity. Vahagn is cognate to the Sanskrit word and god Agni. One can tell how related the pre-Christian religion of Armenia was to Hinduism. But that's not the only thing connecting Armenian paganism to religions abroad.
When I came to Armenia, I was surprised to learn about here being the same dragon-slaying motive as in other Indo-European mythologies. There is this infographic that I've seen come by about Thor, Indra, Zeus, Perun, all gods of neighboring mythologies, pagan religions, and they all had the same story of these four gods doing battle against a dragon, a chthonic being of chaos. And when I came upon a Vishap in Armenia, those great monolithic stones from the Bronze Age, I discovered the same thing applies right here. And I was interested in looking more into it. The sad thing about the Vahagn Dragonslaying story is that it is only known through implication, because the author of much of the knowledge concerning Vahagn, Movses of Khorene, his part of the story were destroyed in the midst of time. But it is known that it is part of the canon that Vahagn fights against dragons, and that is why the statue behind me, in the silhouette, it is depicting the god of thunder wrestling against the Vishap, the dragon.
Vishaps are keepers of water, and if ancient peoples wished to fertilize their farms or nourish themselves by a water reservoir, they had to first appease the Vishap. They are a bit ambivalent in nature, not always malevolent, since there are many stories about them. Some stories describe the Vishap as causing eclipses, or even trying to devour the sun. And this could be a motive for the creature's conflict with Vahagn, the storm god who was born out of the sun and serves doubly as sun god in the Armenian pantheon.
You know, there's great parallels between Thor and Vahagn, with both having been described as having flaming red beards, both being gods of thunder and war. Both are icons of heroic masculinity, and both face off against a great dragon to defend humanity.
So in absence of Movses' written records, what could the dragon-slaying story he wrote of been about? It is known the Vishap demanded human sacrifice in exchange for the water, much like, for example, the Minotaur in the Theseus legend. This was of course an extortionate deal, to which the archetypical hero is compelled to put a stop by slaying the beast, often with his bare hands.
Behind me here is a Vishap. The meaning behind them is dragonstone, Vishap Akar. Not much is known, well, something is known about them. They are found in areas with much water, water reservoirs. And this is what connects them to the Vishap, because the Vishap were keepers of water in the old Armenian stories. The Vishap usually have either a bull head on them, like this one, no beard, very eroded, or a fish head. Universally, the bull is a symbol of fertility. And that was also the purpose behind erecting these great stones. This Vishap was found in the area and placed here. It's badly damaged, but it's allegedly has a bull shape on it, I can't tell. And lo, a water reservoir, as I said. Unlike other Vishap, the fish Vishap is not standing up, but lying down like an actual fish.
The erection of these stones imply an ancient fertility cult. It is possible the Vishap were at one point revered as water guardians that people of the Armenian highlands paid homage to, and that this was the basis to later legends. However, outside the stone's connection to water, there is no consensus yet whether the depictions on them, namely the fish and the bull, actually represent dragons themselves. The coming of Christianity meant the end of Vahagn's worship. However, many of the old ways never really disappeared, but only took on different faces. Vahagn's Dragonslaying story was integrated into the legend of Saint George, or Saint Gevorg as he is known in Armenian. The reason for Saint George's slaying of the dragon is the dragon's gluttonous demand for human sacrifice, an ancient trope. And in this way, the spirit of the heroic stormgod remains as the defender of humanity. The footage and information revealed in this video was made possible by these great people.